The purpose of this volunteer orientation is to introduce you to NVFS, its mission, services, and impact, to help you understand how volunteers play a vital role in our agency, and to inform you of important guidelines and best practices to ensure a rewarding volunteer experience. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Founded in 1924 by volunteers in Alexandria who provided coats and coal to help their neighbors through the winter, Northern Virginia Family Service has expanded over the last 90 years to meet our community's evolving needs. Today, we offer a holistic approach to serving families. For instance, when a family comes to us needing housing assistance or food, we look at their whole life situation to identify their varying needs and to prioritize how best to help them, thus laying the foundation to permanently lift families out of poverty. NVFS is investing in families, engaging volunteers to be part of the solution, and strengthening communities. Northern Virginia Family Service helps over 36,000 clients each year throughout the Northern Virginia region. 82% of households earn 150% below federal poverty guidelines. That means a family of 5 must live off of just $41,865 a year. We support these families through a wide array of services.
I work at Head Start, and I work with 4- and 5-year-olds in a pre-kindergarten program. As a volunteer in one class primarily, I've gotten to know the kids during the school year. There are 2 teachers in the classroom, and they really need me. So I read stories, I help with art projects, I help specific children with maybe learning their letters or numbers, or if they need some attention either because they're having trouble with something or they're more advanced, I'm able to give that child the attention that the 2 teachers can't. It is a very joyful thing to work with children and know that you're leveraging your time. I feel that Northern Virginia Family Service is about leveraging what resources you can put into it to empower individuals and families. And I am doing that. I can see it by helping these children be ready for kindergarten, whether it's English skills, fine motor skills, socialization, all those things that happen in the program. I feel I'm making a big difference with my little bit of time, because families and children are the most important thing in the society. If we don't give that foundation, if we don't let these children, feel that they're worthy and that they have possibilities, then the fabric of our society really suffers, and we've seen the effects of that before.
As a society, we put tremendous importance on home and meal times, but not everyone has even these most basic needs. The homeless and those at risk of becoming homeless come from all walks of life. Family sizes are larger, 2-parent households are more common, and more homeless adults are employed. On any given night at our Serve shelter, 40% of the beds are filled by children, and 60% of the households work. NVFS helps not just by providing shelter and food, but by also providing individualized case management services to help families navigate their way to stability and independence.
Seeing people who have never had health insurance before, who are really sick and have been denied coverage for minuscule reasons, and to actually see them very happy knowing that they are covered and they can go to the doctor, their preventive care would be covered, their families would be covered. It was an amazing experience. I volunteered at a lot of places, and I think Northern Virginia Family Services is very rewarding. They treat their volunteers very well. You feel like you're really making a difference in the community.
Everyone has the right to live without violence in their lives. Our programs strive to prevent child abuse, violence, gang involvement, and trauma. We teach first-time parents how to educate and care for their children and develop positive coping skills for managing stress and crisis. Our caseworkers build trusting relationships with vulnerable youth who are at risk for gang involvement, who have been exposed to violence, and who are experiencing family reunification to help them set goals and make safe decisions. Our foster parents open their hearts, homes, and families to abused and neglected children.
We don't want to get rid of their accents, but it's more of an awareness of sounds that we use in America and in helping them understand how the sounds are made and practicing it.
I think I'm in my 11th year. It's either 10 or 11.
Yeah, I think I've been doing it since 2005. I like being able to utilize the skills that I have and giving back. The caring that we show, they want to then give back to the community when they're finished. They talk about that all the time in every cycle. You know, we want to give back after we get our jobs, and we're able to do that.
We have met some marvelous people, and it's a great thrill to us when they get a job and we watch them go on and do those things they would like to do, and it helps their families, and we feel like we've been a part of that. We are volunteers, so we probably have, in some cases, a little more personal relationship because we're not their supervisors or we're their teachers, but so it's very rewarding and
wonderful organization. They do an incredible amount of good in the community, and I would absolutely say that it's a great place to volunteer.
Whether immigrating by choice for better opportunities or forced to flee their home country, the same challenges face newcomers to America: language, culture, and economic stability. Most newcomers need services and support that facilitate a successful transition for themselves and their families. NVFS fills this need by offering legal assistance, case management, mental health counseling, and psychiatric care. Clients can arrange all of their appointments for the same day at the same place. Services are offered in English, Spanish, French, Amharic, Farsi, Arabic, Portuguese, Hebrew, Japanese, and Greek. And our attorneys, case managers, and therapists work together to make sure clients receive quality, culturally sensitive care. Volunteers may be a client, visitor, or donor's first or primary experience with Northern Virginia Family Service, and that experience will shape their impression of the agency. Be respectful of clients, staff, fellow volunteers, and the general public. Greet everyone with a warm smile and friendly welcome. Listen with compassion and concern. Treat everyone with a positive attitude, patience, and the same level of interest and care, regardless of who they are or how they treat you. Refrain from passing judgment or making assumptions. Always maintain client confidentiality. Everyone deserves the same right to privacy. This includes not discussing client experiences or referring to clients by name with anyone other than staff, and not confirming or denying to any visitor or callers whether or not someone is a client. Be dependable and follow through on your commitment to others. In most cases, volunteers sign up for a regular schedule on a set day and time each week or each month. Our clients and staff are depending on you, so please make every effort to arrive on time, stay for your full shift, minimize cancellations, and notify us well in advance of any conflicts in your schedule. If you are running late or have an emergency, please call your staff supervisor as soon as possible so they can adjust accordingly to ensure we are still able to meet client needs. Our agency dress code for staff and most volunteers is business casual. That said, some volunteer roles have a different dress code due to the nature of the activity. For instance, volunteers in our food distribution center and thrift shops must wear closed-toed shoes and can dress casual. Volunteers in our job training programs must dress in professional attire. Most importantly, for all volunteers, please refrain from wearing low-cut tops, shirts with graphics or writing, sweatsuits, or extra short skirts or shorts. All volunteers will receive training specific to their volunteer roles. Training is provided by your staff supervisor and can take different forms, such as training sessions, reading materials, on-the-job training, and shadowing. All volunteers have a staff supervisor who is available during their volunteer shift. This supervisor can answer questions, provide feedback, assign tasks, and provide ongoing support and learning. Additionally, you are welcome to contact your volunteer coordinator for any reason at any time. Volunteers have the most rewarding experience when they are committed, think positively, take initiative, and embrace their role. It's also important to be flexible to change. When working with people in crisis, expect the unexpected and understand that staff obligations and volunteer responsibilities may need to be adjusted when the unexpected occurs. Finally, all volunteers must keep a record of their volunteer hours. In most cases, this is as simple as signing in and out of a volunteer log sheet or binder. For volunteers supporting us virtually or off-site, please track your hours on your calendar, phone, or spreadsheet and report your hours to your staff supervisor on a monthly basis. It is critically important information for Northern Virginia Family Service, and it is much needed for annual reports and for grant funding requirements. Thank you for taking a few minutes to learn more about Northern Virginia Family Service's volunteer program. Whether you are preparing food packages, mentoring a teen, teaching a class, sorting donations, or lending a specialized skill, your generous gifts of time and talent are changing lives.